And welcome back, everyone, to Roll for Damage. Where we last left off, you guys have recently killed a Valkyrie.
Murders to kill it. Only took a couple of days.
Yeah, we last left off. You guys had encountered the Valkyrie finally, and with the help of the Frozen Ire, were able to take it out. However, it did seem to escape. Izukan tracked it down to like a shack. Where pushing down the door, found it dead on the ground, reaching out towards some healing potions. However, investigating it, seeing what it had, it appears that Wave, you found this amulet, which allowed you to cast Dimension Door, but allowed for something else. That being allowed for a warding bond between this amulet and the recipient of the other amulet. And this was about like 300 feet away from where the fight was taking place. The item in and of itself is pretty much useless unless it's within the vicinity of the matching one. But here it is. You guys had also determined that the body that was here was under the effects of this warding bond and was taking the damage while in this room. Implying that might be a good deal more to this. Not everything may be over as it seems. However, having spent enough time in this cold, dark shack, you guys would take off, heading to an undisclosed location. That's where we last left off. You are in the same general district as Frozen Ire, so that could be the first place you guys head to.
Did we want to make sure that everything was good back at the tower? Like check in with Farstone and stuff back at the Ire?
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
I kind of didn't really pay attention to how many of those soldiers were with us that died.
Two?
Havoc wasn't paying attention.
I don't think anybody was paying attention to those guys. Unfortunately.
Imagine living a full life, getting to go on a quest to kill a Valkyrie in your town.
Yeah,
imagine.
that was a little while ago. You guys did take a short rest in here.
Yeah.
And not only took a short rest, but then attuned to that object. So you've been in here for like 2 hours, so.
Guess we could also tell them that. And I just kind of point at the blood in the room. That. And Havoc just starts marching out into the snow.
Okay. Heading back, you guys head towards Frozen Ire first?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you step in, it is not... There's definitely some... There's that usual energy But there is like this sense of weight as you enter the room, where it's quite apparent that everyone here knows that some sort of fight went down and a few people died. Um, this is not like an everyday occurrence to have. Like most of what the Frozen Ire does isn't getting into life or death brawls. It might be roughing someone up, and there are conflicts, but very rarely does it ever lead to like death. Most of the time, that's like outside city walls. There's a monster. There's some sort of beast. This is different, and everyone here seems to kind of know it. You see, Baradoff does not seem to be working the counter like he usually is. It seems to be one of the other trusted members of the guild. You can see just a human fellow, big bushy beard, long hair, pulled back into braids. Got a bit of a stomach to him.
Havoc would know this guy's name.
People call him Razor. People would call him Razor. Yeah.
Now I don't want to see his belly.
That's a horrible thought. Don't.
It's just all
Just don't
wrinkly.
do that.
So big.
Don't do that.
Mhm.
Ear.
Yeah.
That in.
Yeah.
Oh, just thinking about this.
Hey there, Raisin.
Hey, what's up?
Can I get 4 of your biggest glasses of water?
Water? Not,
Yeah.
Watcher.
nothing, like not even coffee, not even tea, not even
Well,
mead.
And Havoc looks out like the front windows. 'Cause at this point, it's like well into the afternoon.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's getting kind of late for coffee.
All right. 4 waters.
Gives a look back to Izukan.
He hands you, just 4 cups of water. However, say like 2 of them. The water is like, you know that like sludgy ice kind of like where something's recently melted and there's still a bunch of ice in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the consistency of the water here.
Is ideal. Is it like just as cold as it should be like that?
Yes, it's quite cold.
Oh my god. Juniper grabs the glass so quickly and is just like now that's the good stuff.
They do have some great
Glass
water
on the-
here.
Another one, barkeep. We had a rough day.
Havoc tries to like drink it and like enjoy the icy nature to the water, but it's like 70 degrees by the time it reaches his mouth.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Near to boiling.
Literally needs it to just drink an ice cube. Just ice.
Havoc does not get to enjoy the pleasantries of cold water.
Mhm.
No.
What if we just what if we dropped it in like waterfalled it into his mouth?
You could. It still steams a little bit.
Yeah, you know, it'd still be like, you know, less heat from his hand, you know, but
Wait, that's so funny. You know how like when you put something hot onto something cold,
Yeah.
it's just like steam.
Actually, I think that's mostly Havoc just spitting because you pour it directly onto his uvula.
It's not so much steam as it is mist.
As it is you just fucking waterboarding Havoc.
Is the party gonna die today?
Oh no.
There's
Oh,
no
no.
plot involved.
Oh, no.
It's fine.
Someone is going to drown today. It is certain.
Oh no!
You
Avoid bodies of water.
Wave uses Havoc to heat
Good
up
things-
his glass of water because he doesn't want to drink anything cold.
It's so
Oh my
fair.
god. Little baby.
I've got cold resistance. This is like regular water to him, no matter how cold it is, which is always unsatisfying to him because when he was a wee lad, he remembers cold water. That shit was great, and then he grew
That's
up and
so
he's like, it just is normal water.
It's just
Dude, warm water in the summer would be just foul.
Oh god.
Oh no.
It's a bad thought.
Hey, maybe it's good that Havoc lives here where it's nice and cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Honestly, the perfect
Oh my
place
god,
for
he
him.
would just have to drink hot
really is.
water all the time. It's
Um,
horrible.
yeah, you guys find a table and are able to sit around for a minute. When Baradol's not around, Havoc, you would know it's usually because he's on some sort of mission or off doing something. You know that he has just been through something. He's probably resting,
Yeah.
like recovering and dealing with the fact that multiple people died.
And also the fact that he tried to jump off of a roof and broke his ankles.
Not our
forgot
fault,
about
by
that.
the way.
I forgot about that.
Not our fault.
I mostly.
Neither the deaths nor his broken ankles are our fault.
He
I
could've
mean,
went
the
down
broken
slowway
ankles-
and been
The
fine.
broken ankles are most certainly not our fault. He could have walked
Uh-huh.
100%.
He could have, but who had just jumped off the roof? Was it Juniper?
No,
I think
wait.
so. Oh,
Wave
no,
crawled
was it?
down,
Oh,
like
it was.
hugged himself, and then let
It
go.
went, oh.
And Baradoth was like, well, if the nerd can do it.
And then Baradolf was gonna jump down and hit,
Mhm.
and then he ended
But
up
instead
just like
breaking both of his ankles. Just
Compound fracture.
Literally jumps off of like a 15-foot roof and
Shattered.
just slumbered.
Shattered.
he decided to go eat.
Did he go down after that?
Yes,
Or was
he
he just
landed.
down below? Oh my
He
God.
landed and immediately went down. Because we were like, there's no way he goes down here. You'd have to roll like max damage. Jacob continues to roll max damage for Baradolf fall.
6. Oh,
it was like 2 6s and a 5. It was like almost max.
Well,
Like he had 15 hit points. Like realistically, he should have been able to survive it. Like 3d6,
mhm.
it should have been that big of a deal.
Nah.
You see, if he would have like hung though, he would have taken like 2d6 and would have guaranteed lived it. If he
Yeah.
went the wave method.
Well, he's not gonna go the nerd method.
Exactly.
The results speak for themselves.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm still up.
In fact, I'm at full
Alright.
XP right now.
Well,
So.
I think this is all of the water I can drink. Havoc has probably consumed 3 to 4 almost boiling glasses of water by now.
No, that's nasty.
Poor guy.
At least it isn't actually boiling water,
There's
Almost
nothing I hate more
boiling.
Yeah, not quite yet.
than warm water.
Havoc will kind of get up from the table and go, okay, let's go see Frosthorn. Prepared to just kick open Frosthorn's bedroom door.
Okay, you head towards the back. And you just flat out kick down his door.
Oh no.
And you can see he's currently sitting on his bed, shirtless, trunks removed in his underwear.
Okay. Okay.
He's got what looks to be 2 elven women who are currently like bandaging him and tending to his wounds, like washcloth, like washing the blood off of him. Yeah.
Question? Are
Yeah.
they hot? Nice.
The answer is yes. It's Jacob.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
They're elves, and it's Jacob.
They're
The answer is
elves.
yes.
I'm not, they're fine looking. They're not like out of this world.
Oh, so what you're saying is they're fine.
Oh, they're
They're-
fine.
They're standard. They are standard for elves.
Mhm. Which
Jacob,
is
can I catch a break?
which is on a human scale a 9.5 at minimum.
Shit.
Just on the human scale of yes.
Damn, Barrymore, get it. Are they his
Barrymore.
girlfriends?
No, they're clerics.
They're healing him.
They're helping him fucking heal after breaking
I mean, they
both of his
can be
fucking
both.
ankles.
Mhm.
I mean, they
Can be
could be.
both. I'm just
Mhm.
saying.
We have a perfect example of a cleric wife.
Mhm, mhm.
A girl Icarus. Or Cup.
He kind of looks at you all as you enter the room.
I'm not at the door. I went to the bar to ask the barkeep if Paradox was around and if he was available. Because that's what Izukun was gonna go do.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
So-
Juniper's just been looking and opening doors.
Yeah.
Looking.
Havoc, you know where to go, so you cloud on the door, and Beardolph kind of looks up, and he kind of nods them away.
Oh, no, I'm sorry if we interrupted something, please.
I'm not.
God damn it, Havoc.
Whatever. Pretty much fine. And he just kind of pulls over like a coat and pulls his pants on.
Oh, how gentlemanly.
Yeah. Can I
How are
help you
the
guys?
ankles feeling?
Well,
No. Shut up, Wave.
God damn it,
He's
Josh.
not wrong.
I didn't hear what Josh said.
It's
He didn't say
chat.
shit. That's
Oh.
the thing. He didn't say shit.
You
The thing
thought
is-
we wouldn't point attention to that. We wouldn't immediately stop.
Stop. Collaborate and listen.
Uh, well, do we have news for you?
Havoc, why did you kick down this man's door? He's healing. He broke his ankles.
He probably needs to know what we know.
And what would that be?
We didn't get the Valkyrie.
We did
The
kill some.
Valkyrie's still out there, but we did kill somebody. Basically, the Valkyrie and this person had some sort of bond with each other that caused our damage to affect them as well in a very, very physical sense. Not in the usual sense of like this connection where it's like, oh, they somehow take the damage magically, right? No, this person had the same wounds, same tears, everything. As the Valkyrie that we supposedly killed. It did lose its armor, but we weren't able to track it after where we found it.
And we know this for certain.
We found an amulet that has warding bond on it, or a version of the spell.
Didn't we leave two people with, like, at the building to just make sure that nothing
Yeah.
went? Okay.
I believe so. I'm remembering us leaving people there, but I don't remember in what capacity we did that.
I think it was two of the guards
Yeah,
that came
to
with
it.
us. And we set them outside to be like, hey, if anything comes near or leaves this place,
Let us know.
do something.
Yeah, she was just kind of like had some stuff stashed out in a warehouse.
Lots of potions and other things, similar things.
So, What you're saying is, I mean, I saw the body. It looked legitimate.
Yes. But it was not them.
Maybe we should keep it that way.
Well,
If this Valkyrie believes that we think it to be dead, that could serve an advantage to everyone.
there is one complication to that. And I just kind of point to Wave in a big ol' amulet that he now has around his chest. So that's a homing device to the
Dipshit McGee over here.
Whenever
Instead of identifying it and then, researching it, instead decided they were gonna put it
Attune to
on
it.
and attune to it.
I identified
it's-
it. It's just nothing came up.
Mhm.
Aren't
No.
you a researcher?
Well, that's the part of researching that's.
Just
dangerous.
wildly attuning to things.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't fault you. This is on me because the last time you were handed something to research, you did the exact same thing.
Mhm.
And it worked. And it was fine.
No, it didn't.
No.
It was fine
He
afterward.
unattuned from it. He unattuned to it quickly after.
What were the odds that it happens to me twice in a row?
Extremely high.
In hindsight, but
Mhm. Hey, Wave.
I'm not letting you attune to anything.
Wait. What's the chance it'll happen 3 times in a row?
statistically unlikely.
But not 0.
Sure.
Well, at this point, actually, I
Um,
feel like the
With our
odds.
luck. With our luck.
Yeah, but the next time he's within 500 feet of the other amulet, we'll, immediately know.
Kind of.
Well, when he starts experiencing magic.
Fair.
But I mean, we could try and, fake it. Like, I'll go out there and go, yep, totally murdered it.
Did we-
100%.
We didn't. Nobody else in the town knew about the Valkyrie, right?
No, we had kept it under wraps. But what we can say is I have to go public about the deaths of several men today. People need to know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot.
I'll tell them what happened, and I will work with the Frostbrands, the guard, to collaborate on a narrative that the Valkyrie was behind, as opposed to those students. Was the one behind everything.
Wait, does that mean that
That's-
Archibald's gonna?
That's
No.
not really
That would be up to the school.
the thing about that as well is that's not really a fabrication.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is technically true. The
that
Valkyrie
is-
was the one behind it.
Yeah.
And was coercing them.
But we can put everyone's minds at ease that the Valkyrie's taken care of,
Fair.
and only we will know the truth.
Mhm.
My
Yes.
men, the ones who, survived, they all saw the body.
Mm-hmm.
All of them believe we succeeded today. Let's leave it that way.
I mean, to be
We
fair,
did.
it is a win for us. I mean, Izukan, you wrecked her armor. Like,
Oh, yeah, no, we got to you saw the armor at the barn. The armor was completely shredded, so next time it shows up, unless it somehow gets a refit or a resupply or some reason,
but like,
it won't have the same armor.
but I mean, even still, that's like a priceless artifact from a really long time ago.
Yeah, I'd do it again.
Yeah.
Did you do anything with the wings? or did you leave them?
There with the body, still.
There with the armor.
All right. Maybe we get something old as that. The only place I can think of it to go is the university.
Have them look at it.
Maybe it'll give us any hints to the identity of the Valkyrie. Maybe some sort of hidden symbols, a name, engravings, something we
like
can.
that.
Oh yeah, name written on one of the tags, so that way she doesn't lose it.
I simply mean
Blacksmith engravings as well. To see if
Valkyries
there's any marks
are-
on the blacksmith.
to my knowledge, Valkyries are
Normal
powerful
people.
and there's few of them.
Yeah.
It's a high honor, and those wings, that armor, that is custom.
Correct.
If we can find any distinguishing features from it, it might allow us to figure out who was actually in that suit.
I agree.
Well, personally, I would recommend that for the sake of saving face, celebrate.
Yep.
Take the rest of the night off and worry about this tomorrow.
I agree.
That I 100% can do. Havoc kind of stretches out his shoulders, turns around, and says, "Time for some more water."
Hell yeah, brother.
Hulk Hogan showed up.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right.
Pythons.
Leaving Bared up. Where would you like to go? Do you want to stay in the tavern? Would you like to explore the town? Because there's other stuff to
You
do.
know, I know there's a lot of other places, but I do know there's a place that sells cookies.
There is.
Oh my god, yeah, the 50 cookies.
And you know,
There's the big cookie inn.
why try other places when you know there's a big cookie?
Yeah, there's the big cookie inn. Yeah.
Havoc and kind of look. So, what do we want to do? I'm all for cookies.
We've earned a few cookies.
Cookies are fine.
Oh,
Cookies.
wait, that sounds like you want something else.
Sleep.
No, it was. Yeah, they're fine.
Well, you can voice your opinion, Wave.
I think cookies are alright. They're okay.
You know, every time you say it like that,
Cookies, mate.
I almost think you don't like cookies, Wave.
Oh,
Why
not
don't
like
you like
them.
cookies, Wade?
Cookies are
Oh, I get it.
little circular things.
Wave over here is a big adult boy. He wants you what? You want to go somewhere more fancy?
What, are you too good for cookies?
Mm.
You know, I don't know if I want to spend a lot of money. Cookies are fine.
Wave,
Bro.
we just murdered a person.
Be more exuberant. Be a little bit more excited.
Come on. The life of a person falls on your hands.
Wow, you must be really broke. As he reaches into a pocket and pulls out 2 gold coins and I'm really broke.
Wait a second. I'm also broke.
We all look at Juniper.
Actually, Havoc isn't broke. Havoc has a decent stack of cash on him.
I'm not broke either.
Only
Juniper's
Izukan.
just like,
Oh,
oh, you
I
can't
see.
hear me whistling, but I was
Yeah,
whistling.
yeah. I see. So Wave is too much of a big boy for cookies, so he actually wants to go. Jacob, are there any clubs in this city?
Oh
Oh,
god.
no.
Let me look at what there is.
And nightclubs? What time? What
Um,
time?
God, no.
It's like
It's 3:30.
sunsetting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like 5.
Well, like, it's like 4.
4.
Here in the southern,
Yeah.
like,
We're also pretty.
very close south. Yeah.
Yeah. Where we're literally in winter.
Yeah. There's the Avian's Roost, which is just a small, quiet bar in Dark Sprawl.
Nah, it's not adult enough for Wave.
We need naked women. We need hot elves. We need
Hot elves, naked women, fully
naked,
clothed
naked
men.
elves. Fully clothed men. I'm talking head to toe, beanies to socks.
Full puffy coats.
You ain't getting anywhere near the end.
Wade is wearing a puffy coat. He's got his winter gear.
So there is a place called Slice of Oasis.
That sounds.
Yeah?
I know exactly where Wave wants to go. As I start putting an arm around him.
Is this a strip club? Can we get Wave a lap dance?
Yeah,
Oh,
we need to get
no.
Wave a lap dance.
Izuka's gonna kind of see where we're headed and go. I'm too tired for this. I'm also too
It's funny
broke.
because if it is a strip club, Havoc will just not understand that there's anything really going on with the fact that the women are dancing naked on poles. It's like, whoa, that's a. You know, you have to be really strong to do that. That takes like a lot of leg muscles. That's really impressive.
Those ladies are really strong.
Strong lady.
Strong ladies.
You never
Fully
said
the
where we're
wrong
going.
message. Don't worry.
I'm worried.
You were too adult
Yeah.
for cookies.
Yeah, Juniper, Slice of Oasis is a place you've heard about from like some college students, where you know a lot of people spend time there, but you've never really heard what it is or what goes on there.
You know, for Havoc also hasn't actually been inside of Slice of Oasis either.
You guys have no idea what's inside, but
Debauchery, probably.
I've just heard from some of the cool kids.
Izukan being more of a frequent around the guild, has he heard more about this place?
make a history check.
Okay.
Let's go, Izukan.
I'm scared. I got a +1.
Ooh,
Let's go.
ooh.
30 20.
Wow, that is really
Wow.
nice.
Wow.
I'm gonna DM you, Brian, what you know about this place.
Brian.
No.
This is the hardest core drugs. All of them.
This is actually an opium den.
Yeah. They take all of the
Slash
mix them
strip club.
together into one big pot.
mean. That's so mean.
What are you doing?
Slice of Oasis is actually a place for kindergartners.
It's a pizza place.
Daycare.
Slice of Oasis.
You guys are talking about this place, and we're like, and you see Izuka kind of stop.
I've heard it's the hippest place in town.
Yeah, some of the kids I sell stuff to, talk about it.
talking about the same place?
I think so.
I think so.
I don't
Jinx.
think we are. Because it's a study cafe
Ah, shit, Wave would
for
really like it.
students.
Oh, you guys are talking about Slice of Oasis.
Dang it!
Yeah, that place is cool.
Oh. Well, I mean, guess we could do something.
You see Izuka just kind of just start rubbing his temples like, we're the people that are supposed to save the world.
Havoc.
I didn't tell you what it was. I just said there's this place, and you
Name.
went off.
Yeah, no.
Wayne starts
listen.
pathfinding correctly now that he knows what the place is.
So, oh, we're going to Slice of Oasis? Just start.
Yeah,
I know a
normally
shortcut.
like to study
I
in
know
my
a
room,
shortcut.
but sometimes you need a change of scenery, and this place is nice and quiet.
Truly, I
We
love to
should
believe
not be
that's the
there.
only two, like cafe bar style places, here besides Frozen Ire, and
It's-
and truly the bonfire we had 2 sessions ago was the first party these fucking kids have had just ever.
Yeah.
They don't party like this, like we used to do in the jungle.
No.
These small
No.
town people.
They have nice little solo cubicles in there. Do you need to get some like alone study time?
We're going to Big Cookie.
Aw.
Get fucked.
The most sad.
Oh,
Aw.
I've never heard Wave more sad.
Well, I guess we could take the cookies to Oasis.
They're probably stricter than the library.
It's not a library.
As long as you eat your food in the common area before going to the study lounge.
See?
Right there.
I'm gonna get a big cookie.
Okay.
I'm gonna get frozen hot chocolate.
You guys go to Big Cookie Inn to get cookies, and then go to Slice of Oasis.
Oh no. Why are we doing this? Why are we still going to Slice of
Because
Oasis?
we need to relax.
Yeah.
As you go into Slice of Oasis, it's actually quite nice. It is a 3-story building, where the first floor is like a cafe. The second floor and third floors both have like they're like balconies that overlook the center room, and you can see there's chairs. There's some like study corners.
So many corners, more than 4.
Sorry, I'm having internet issues. There's some study corners. There's some lines of books. Just overall like a nice homey feel. And there is a large chimney in the very back of the room with a massive roaring flame. A large fire that kind of warms this room. As you come in with your plate full of cookies, you see the red-haired dwarven woman, very friendly face, seems to be pulling some baked goods out of the oven. Hi everyone, welcome to Slice of Oasis. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to turn tail and leave if you're gonna bring those in. Are those from
You see?
Are those from Big Cookie Inn?
Why are we here? We were just at another inn. Why are we here?
Wait, Izukan, wait. And you see Havoc just kind of...
Yeah, Juniper's also just grabbing into the box and just going.
I'll have you know, any cookie I can make here is better than any that they make at that Big Cookie freaking Inn.
Oh, I'd love to try. I'd love to compare, please.
Prove it. Put your cookies where my mouth is.
I'll make a fresh batch for you just to prove you.
Thank you.
Juniper looks so happy.
Izuku looks so distressed.
You know, those frauds are the ones who stole my recipe
For
They
what?
stole it?
All of them?
for my cookies.
There's
That's why the
drama
cookies are so
between the
darn
cookie
good.
shops. Why is there drama between the cookie shops?
It's actually Havi's actually getting really interested.
Yeah.
She goes on this
What do you
whole rant
mean?
about how the one owner, Randar, dated her for several months. Eventually started working at the shop, got a hold of the recipe, and then took off. And she later found out that he had a husband.
Oh,
And they
The
stole,
scandal.
yeah,
Scandal.
real scandalous stuff.
Havik orders a chai because of the tea, all of the tea.
Because of the chai.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
actually.
Why is there
Wow.
drama between the cookie stores in my...
I like to
Well-
think Jacob has like all of this drama and lore for inside this city that we need to leave in 2 days.
Just interconnected little personal dramas. Well,
Just for Jacob.
I'll have you know that we will not be taking our business to the Big Cookie Inn anytime soon, ever again.
I appreciate that. So you'll be sticking around here?
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Probably.
I mean,
Or
kind of look over to Wave.
For now.
I like
Like
to
you
see
see waves like starting to head to the stairs where like the the library section is.
any customer of the Big Cookie Inn I can strip away is a good day in my book. Consider everything today 50% off.
Whoa!
Hog.
Havik just looks at her. You are going to regret that choice.
No, you won't.
As he
When the
just
cookies
starts-
are... Oh.
As Havik just looks at her menu and then goes, "One of everything, please."
My gosh.
Just the exact same thing Havik did last time.
I'd say, yeah, she probably has like a good 30 things on her menu.
Ooh,
Can you make that 2 of everything?
side
Oh my
four.
gosh. Okay, you're probably running up like 10 gold pieces for all the food.
Don't worry.
5 and 5?
Yeah, I was just gonna have Havik. Havik's got 16 still. But yeah, we can do 5 and 5.
I've still got. I feel like I have the wrong amount of gold.
No, you just didn't spend any.
Yeah.
Havik and Izukan kind of spent a bunch of money on potions.
I
How
spent
much
all
money
my
do you have, Juniper?
I have 54 now that, after that 5.
Yeah,
That tracks.
Hmm.
yeah, because we.
Because
Scholarship
I spent
student.
because I spent 90 gold on potions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I spent like
I
70
thought-
or something.
We got those at discount, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but you know,
We spent more gold for healing potions, not
Potions
the
are-
necrotic potions.
Oh, it was the
Potions
healing
are
potion. I was
really
thinking of-
expensive.
yeah. I was thinking of the potions of necrotic resistance.
Yep.
I've only had to go slay that screaming ghost lady.
mhm.
Yeah, the
Correct.
one thing that you do realize here is that her food is a little bit more on the pricier side than the Big Cookie Inn.
Because it's
Does it make up for that?
It is very good.
Okay.
Are the
Um,
ingredients better?
Are the ingredients what?
Better.
Better?
Yes.
quality.
You get the sense that this woman has been cooking and baking for much longer, and is like an expert. She doesn't even. You notice like half the time she's not even looking at a recipe. She just- She knows her menu so well.
And I ordered the menu.
You are really
Twice.
an expert at your craft, ma'am.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And enjoy.
Could I also get a just a regular glass of milk? I was gonna say warm, but it'll become warm.
I can't. I can't. Anything for you, doll. She gets you some milk.
Just kinda
It's a lot of food. Juniper and Havoc, like, you guys are like, oh yeah, everything on the menu.
Oh.
A lot of food. Like, some of this stuff, it's not just baked
Well, there's
goods.
4 of us.
Like, there's a baked goods menu, but then there's also like full sandwiches, like soups.
Ooh,
I mean, we
He's a
need dinner.
clown.
It's getting
He's a
night
I
time.
really
Sick
want a
boy.
sun-dried tomato panini.
It's a
He's
lot. It's gonna
kind.
take all of you guys to get through this.
Specifically that.
Wave, get back down here.
We need you to finish eating with us.
Hey,
We need you to
wait,
eat half
here,
of
eat
one
this
cookie.
sandwich. Eat that sandwich.
You have to nourish yourself. You can't just survive on air and water and books. Sadly.
I do eat.
Lies.
Truly, just imagine Wave's.
Deception check.
I truly imagine Wave eats like
A calorie bar.
meal replacement powder.
Calorie
Yeah.
bar.
It's just like Huel. He's just like.
So you know that little pill that they give Hanataro in the Soul
Uh,
Society?
Yeah.
This makes me feel better. It's got a skull on it.
I don't think that's.
Yeah, man eats permanent good berries. Just little pills, that, like good berries that have been turned into pills.
He goes to
Oh,
school druid, is like, hey, can I have a good berry? Pops that in, doesn't do anything else for the rest of the day.
That's the saddest image. Grab
Yeah,
the-
eating takes a lot of time, and you know that time can be spent increasing your knowledge.
Knowledge. Oh,
Oh, he's
oh,
back.
no. He's there.
Man.
You never tell when he's just sitting still or his internet died.
He's so good at
Or-
being so still,
or
just
both.
like
Or both, sometimes.
Yeah, his internet unfreezes it, but he's still in the exact same position.
I need to get to the bottom of it. So, for frame of reference, I got a new PC. And I have to use Wi-Fi just because of location of where I am at. And for some reason, like this new computer, I'm having internet issues, so I need to figure out what is wrong with it. It's really annoying. All right. Yeah. You guys spend the evening filling yourselves, and it's that sensation of full where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna sleep so hard. Like,
making a constitution. It's against my belly ache.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wait
Those
for
are
like
good
2 bites of the
Lots of
sandwich.
food.
that's two natural 19s.
No tummy aching.
No tummy ache.
Come on, wait.
Izukon.
Oh,
Wave.
no.
Wade just eats like 2 bites of the sandwich and pushes it away.
Yo.
Okay, 18.
24, but an 18. That's basically a 19. Oh,
Wave natural.
wait.
Yeah, Wave,
You
Wave
had
takes like
more
1
than
bite
one
in the
bite.
sandwich and throws up.
Oh no!
Yo,
What the heck?
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god! We just
Nice.
wasted all of our good rolls.
Wave has
For that.
3 bites of a sandwich.
It doesn't throw up.
I've
like,
never
this tastes-
seen.
He's like, wow, that was pretty good.
That's 3 19s and an 18 back to back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know why it is, Jacob? This is the original food, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Real.
No.
Except
This
the
is the
turkey-
real
If we were to eat this much at the Big Cookie Inn,
Mhm.
done
no,
for the count.
It's,
Down. Bad.
it's
We'd have
literally-
salmonella, and we didn't even have any chicken.
Plus, they only serve cookies there. This place had actual food.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food.
Food. No, I'm
Um,
actually hungry.
A little bit, yeah. You
Yeah, no,
you guys have made me hungry. Talking about like sandwiches and paninis and baked
Mm.
goods.
Sandwich.
I remember when I used to have a panini press, and I made every sandwich into a panini for no
That-
Why
reason.
wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? There's
Yeah.
literally no reason not to.
Grilled
Mhm.
cheeses.
Panini PB&J,
Mhm.
panini grilled
That's
cheese,
not what I was
panini turkey sandwich.
Why have a
Well,
turkey
hi-
club when I can
So-
have a hot turkey club?
So Mao, I was on board with you until the instant like words
That's
left
the
your
one.
mouth.
I was on board with make everything a panini until you said PB&J, and then went,
That sounds so good, right? Little hot
No.
rice.
You like
Me,
hot,
Jay.
buttery on the outside, right? Like, yeah, that'd be cool. But also,
Mhm.
it would immediately go all over your panini press.
Yeah, that's true.
It would be
Oh.
instantly glazed.
That's
Peanut
why you
butter.
leave like a little buffer zone around the edge, so that you can just like.
That's
no.
you make it into an uncrustable, right? You know, you sew the edge shut.
Exactly.
And then you press it down, but not like press it all the way down, like
Not
crush that
press it.
motherfucker. You press it down until you're cooking it, and then you leave it
Gently.
there.
Well,
We're trying to
PB&J
get like
people
I'm
try
truly
it.
just thinking of the mess of a panini, panini BB&J.
PB&J.
I tried to make it work. It did.
It
It did work. It did work. PB&J.
PB&J.
PB&J?
Yeah.
Num, num, num.
And J.
PB&J.
Oh my god.
Something's wrong with us.
Yeah, no, there's something in the air tonight.
Something.
In the morning? It's morning, not tonight.
What are you
The sun
talking
is
about?
still upset.
What are you talking about? I'm going to bed.
Real.
Alright.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that like I went to bed at like 2 a.m. I was like, oh, I'm gonna sleep until like 11 a.m. And then I went,
Wait.
It's Saturday.
Like,
Yeah, I
so
was
sad.
I was with my girlfriend last night, and it was like only like 11:45, and it's like I can stay a little bit longer. And she's like, Jacob, you have to drive home. And I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be 1 when I get home. Like, and then I gotta like, yeah,
Wake up
Wait.
early.
crap. I
Am
didn't think about that.
Am I the only one who went to bed early last night? Who went? Wait a
You have
second.
an impossibly
Now why are you looking away?
You have a
Now
sleep
why are you
schedule that
looking
cannot
away?
be predicted.
I went to
like-
bed at midnight last night.
I'm guessing
Oh,
Mal went to
you
bed at
know-
3 a.m.
I worked last night, so I didn't get home until 11. I need a few hours to myself after that.
What time we
I mean-
talking?
6.
It doesn't matter. You know.
6:30 a.m.
You know, but I feel like for the sake of conversation, you know, what time are we talking?
You know,
man?
everyone's
What time-
been saying numbers, so
There may have been
So-
birds.
birds.
not outside, in her house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my house.
We should throw hands with birds.
They start singing pretty early.
You sure it was pretty?
That explains the entire kettle of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed some caffeine.
1 kettle of coffee, please.
Saw you walking with the kettle. We're like, throughout the entire thing, we're just gonna watch as she reaches over, grabs the kettle, pours
Produces more coffee.
It's bottomless.
decanter of never-ending coffee.
It does keep it warm.
For the sake of conversation, Josh, how when did you go to bed?
What time did you go to bed?
3.
We're so bad.
Why am I the one who's been yawning
Oh,
the
we're all
most too?
here. We're all here.
I could have went to bed at 2 though and got 8 hours. I just like actively chose to like not get a full night's sleep.
Mhm.
All
Just
right.
like, anyways,
Jacob just preparing shit.
Yeah, really. You guys take a long rest after finishing your food, knocking out cold, and it is a deep sleep.
is she letting us sleep in here?
No,
We go home.
We go back to our,
Well, I-
our home.
We
Yeah,
have
I don't
houses.
know if she like allows students to sleep here. That seems like a thing.
not overnight. It's a cafe.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
If you want to come in and take a nap before you study, sure. But not. Yeah, I'm not gonna pass out here in this booth for the
That's what I thought. Never mind.
Yeah, you guys head back to your respective places unless you all go to the inn, the Frozen Iron.
I mean,
Wave goes to
where
his
else can
door.
I go?
Okay. Wave goes to his dorm. Juniper, you go to your dorm. And you guys take a long rest. Yay. Sleep.
Yay! Sleep.
Me, me, me,
Yay!
me, me, me.
Yippee! Oh, hell! Oh my god, this load is full of HPs.
You guys are at full HP.
Yes.
When you wake in the morning,
German boy, don't go, little German boy.
Don't, little German boy, no! You'll lose all your buffs.
when you wake in the morning, I believe Juniper and Wave, it is another school day for you guys.
Yeah. Back to the
Um,
grind.
back to the grind. Weekend over, no more fun.
Weekend over all the.
For Wave, yeah. Because Wave's a fucking nerd.
It's back to being normal.
Oh no, I
Juniper
don't have
likes
to go kill something or
I'm not in threat of dying.
I don't have to go kill something or go to a random mine shaft or
go Vietnam,
follow around
Indiana
this fucking
Jones.
crazy ass red tiefling as he drags me to a fucking stripper store that he thought was a stripper store.
I'm not getting bloodied today.
Surprised for the first time you don't sleep in for a minute. Like, oh, this is nice. I don't have to worry about anything.
Juniper and Wave. The two of you go about your day's worth of classes. And all is well. It is a normal day here at Stone Paint University. Except Juniper.
Yeah.
As you are in one of your main history lectures for today, you see your professor, Professor Gondula, steps in as normal, but she seems to have someone else next to her. Someone who you recognize but haven't seen in a while. And she kind of speaks up to the class. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our class. Professor Valencia Helm. It has been quite some time since she's been in town. But I thought today might be a good opportunity for her to present on her findings out in our faraway schools and friends across the pond and across the empire. So I thought that, Professor, if you would take a few minutes to kind of go over the wonders of what you've seen. She steps up and you see an older woman, long brown hair kind of pulled back in a bun, very well kept, wearing full suit, and you do notice her face is a little bit more scarred, battle hardened than Professor Gondula. But she wears heavy makeup to kind of obscure that. Good morning, class. It is a pleasure to be here on campus once more. It has been quite some time since I've seen your lovely faces. I hope the semester has served you well. Today I would like to go over with you a little of what I had been delving into. I had been working with some other schools, some other uh, of our friends to continue our research into the ruins of Borealis. As many of you recall, it was a place that held many evils. The Dark Queens that ruled over much of the land for quite some time. Specifically, in our studies, we were investigating a peculiar bit of what you could call arcane interference. An ancient chapel, one devoted to the Creator within the heart of the city, which intriguingly has bits and pieces of what we are now calling fractal remnants, distortions in the room itself. The building itself dates back centuries. However, we have been able to find the ability to see more than what is truly there in our space and time. We've been able to see more than what's there in our space and time. And as historians and those of interest in magic, we are putting together a expedition within the next coming semesters, coming months to do some more research. This is all very exciting news, and we are trying to ascertain when this development occurred. It does not seem to be recent. But if we can learn more about this, maybe we can learn more about these queens, their rule, what was truly going on in that city. So, if you have any questions about anything, I will be in town for a few weeks. There is something that needs my attention. But it's a pleasure to see your faces once more, some of you for the first time. I would be happy to share more. You would see me in my office at any time. Well, when I'm there. So, good day, everyone. She kind of leaves, and Professor Gondula. Well, thank you, Professor Helm. And now to today's lecture. And you can see one student kind of raises their hand. Professor, what entirely does Professor Helm mean by, like, distortions in time and... Like, isn't that all just theory? Yes, it is. However, there have been some beliefs that there is much more to this world than we realize. If you recall studying of the time in which many people were having dreams, nightmares, of a life where they are being killed, they are suffering, or they are just completely different things happen to them. All these dreams seem to correlate, be somewhat consistent, and there are theories amongst scholars that this is less of dream and more of something else. This could potentially be further proof of that, or allow us to potentially discover the source of that. Now, I think that all of us should be cautious at the prospect of uncovering new worlds, new realities. Because one thing that we should all know as historians, and as much as I respect Professor Hallam, we should be mindful that some things should be left untouched. There are some secrets that should not be spoken, and there are some doors that should not be opened. Juniper. As that is said, you have like this flashing of images in your mind. As you see that painting, the doors opening and darkness clawing its way out towards you, that you saw in Fertilangelo's. Yeah.
Gallery.
And it's kind of like this intense vision that scares you for a moment. And everything returns to normal.
Well, I'm gonna talk to Professor Hallam. Yes.
The class continues. And
I think she would ask to be excused after getting those flashes of thought, and she would ask me like, may I be excused to go talk to Professor Hallam?
he nods. Of course.
Thank you, Professor. And she hurries out.
You hurry to Professor Hallam, and you see she's walking down the hall, rather slowly, kind of taking her time.
Professor, I wanted to talk to you about something in your office. If you don't mind me following you.
Of course. Please, right this way. And she leads you to her office. And you can see the room is cold. The candles are all off. There's no light in this room. Cobwebs in the corner. It's been a long time since she's been in here, although it's perfectly clean and neat, just dust covering everything. She comes in and kind of sets her things down, pulls her bag off. She sits across at her on her chair, looks at you as she's kind of lighting candles in the room. It's kind of like this dark, almost like spooky feel to it. Yes, Juniper. That is your name, right?
Yes, Professor. I don't think we've ever had a class together. I think you were gone before I started here at the university, but I've always had an interest in Dark Ages and specifically the Three Queens, and talking about it really reminded me of it. I've been focusing on other things in my studies, but I've been holding on to something, and I used it a little bit for independent study, but Professor Gondula said that I should move my concentrations elsewhere to give myself a rounded idea of history. But I've got this thing, and she pulled out the scroll of concealing revealing that she got when she was investigating the ruins over in her hometown. we've just been through a lot. I don't know if Professor Gondola's told you anything about it, but we just fought a Valkyrie and killed it. And I can't help but feeling that my previous studies and this, what's happening right now, are so closely connected. I can't help but shake that feeling. And I don't know if Professor Gondola told you about Rodelangelo's gallery that we found.
She did. That is actually why I returned.
But we, there were some things in there that I think connected this to that. And I wanted to get your opinion on it since you are more well versed in that time period that she looks like very like uncharacteristically nervous about discussing these things. Mostly because she hasn't really interacted with the professor, but also because she's just like, I don't really know what's happening with things. I just want some guidance.
If one looks at history, they will find that everything is connected. People are connected very closely. One man's brother is another person's spouse, is another person's friend, is a noble or an adventurer. What happens in one person's life impacts another, impacts another, impacts another. We, people, are a web of connectivity, of relationships. History is much the same. There is rhyme and reason to everything. There is cause and effect. There are relationships between events, which have linear connections, linear meanings. One simply must find that connection. Instinct is something incalculable. It is something that cannot be explained, but is often right. Trust your gut. If you believe there is a connection, maybe we delve into it.
I'm just a little afraid of where it'll take us. I used to be excited, but seeing two people die at the hands of their brothers from something that this Valkyrie did is very... I feel shaken, and it doesn't feel like something I've felt before. I haven't really told anybody else, but I'm afraid.
That's good. If you weren't afraid, you'd be stupid. A little bit of fear keeps us alive. Keeps us smart. I've seen my fair share of death, bloodshed. Many think that the way I approach a situation means that I am fearless. No. I am so filled with fear. But I use it to make me smarter, to make me stronger. Use that fear.
Alright. It's good advice, so I'll keep that in mind. I should get back to class now, I suppose.
I would like to discuss, though, what are your findings with Frodo Langelo's tomb? That is quite massive.
Well, I don't know if how much Professor Gondola told you exactly about the other things that we found, not the tree.
My understanding
Paintings.
is that there were. You were led on this route by a Valkyrie, 2 students who seem to have been collaborating with it,
Yes.
and you investigated it, discovered a hidden, I guess, collection of Frodo Langelo, and found some sort of evidence suggesting that there is much more to her than meets the eye. My understanding, this suggests Frodo Langelo's involvement in, well, there's been theories. Ones that aren't heavily discussed, but ones that I have brought up from time to time to those close to me, interested in the subject. Professor Gondolo was one of them, whom I discussed the prospect with. That out of the time, the point in which the angels disappeared, Frodo Langelo was the most skilled architect. Any prison or containment that would be required to keep those beings in place, she would be the first person I would have approached to put that into place.
Reminder, we did see something in there about Fredo Angelo being some sort of warden.
There was a painting in there titled The Warden of Frodo Langelo. Yeah.
The Warden, Keeper of the Key, Watcher of those in chains. But why do you believe this is connected to the Dark Ages, Juniper?
There's just something inside me that says that something started a very, very long time ago is only going to come to fruition in the near future. Or it already has, and we're just waiting to see the consequences. It's got a bad feeling in my stomach.
And you think this Valkyrie was a part of it?
I do. I'm not sure at what capacity, or if it's a direct result, or if it's just a random happenstance that I guess came from it, but there's something fishy about it.
Well, if it's like you said, and this Valkyrie is dead, that is most unfortunate. There's fewer answers to be discovered.
On your travels, did you find anything out about Valkyries? I know, oh, actually, there is this book in the library that is missing a few pages. And can I like do the math in my head to see if like the time that she disappeared was around the time that the the passages are missing from that book? Like,
You wouldn't necessarily know when it was ripped out.
yeah.
That would probably be like a very complex set of checks to test the coloration
it.
and aging of the
Yeah.
page from where the pages were torn out, like along the ridges, in order to
But I'll just
calculate
ask her.
some time. Yeah, it would be very complex chemical
Yeah.
study that would take a while to like date back.
I'll just ask her. I'll be like, have you ever heard of this book? And was it complete when you came across it?
I can assume it was when we got it. We very rarely take in tomes that are missing pages. Were there any remaining associates of this Valkyrie that remain alive?
Well, actually, there were the two students who, were under its control, I suppose. I did ask them about it, but I don't think they did it.
Well, that's a shame. Word hasn't hit the rest of the class yet, but those two students have been found dead, committed suicide earlier this morning.
Juniper, like, her jaw just drops. She's like, Archibald's dead?
Do keep it down low. The rest of the school does not know, but since you are in the middle of this, it seems they knew that their leader was defeated and maybe took their lives out of shame or duty.
I know this may be a morbid question, but, how did they do it?
That information was not given to me. And it is an ongoing investigation, although
I see, so it's...
it does appear to be suicide. There's very little else from what I heard. But I'm sure there will be more information about it publicly released soon.
That was me.
Professor Gondola informed me when she briefed me this morning on everything.
That is quite shocking news. I will not tell anybody. Sorry to pry. That is so incredibly sad.
Indeed.
If you do find anything else out, and you're allowed to share, I would like to know. Archibald and I didn't always see eye to eye, but I never would have wished him death.
Well.
I really should be heading back to class now.
Indeed. Hopefully you and I will be seeing much more of each other soon.
Yes, ma'am. It was really nice talking to you.
She smiles and nods, and you leave.
Gertie out. Havoc, wave, havoc, wave. What the fuck? Oh, God.
You eventually are able to get everyone together in the same room. Would that be on campus or off campus?
She would probably actually try to get everybody to the Frozen Ire, because
Okay.
I think Baradoth also would like to know this.
So this is like later afternoon,
Mm.
early evening.
Dear
Bruh.
Lord.
Waving Juniper
Also,
posted her.
truly, finding out what type of person Juniper is, because my first thought was, oh, Archibald's dead. Woo! I've won
Well,
the
she never wanted
rivalry.
him dead. She just wanted him to be sad and destitute.
Now I know who the better student was. Me.
Me personally, I would not have died.
Me personally, I would not have killed myself.
But yeah, as you gather around the Frozen Ire and Juniper, you are full of things to share. That's where we're going to take a 15-minute break.
Who?
Ooh, man.
Zooey Mama.
Yeah. All right. And welcome back. So, Juniper, the end of the day has kind of come and quietly gathered around the table in the Frozen Ire. You've got your compatriots.
You guys, Archibald and what's that other kid's name?
The other guy.
Archibald,
Wait, I have it.
and the one we don't care about.
Robert?
Robert, yes.
Robert.
Archibald Beansworth the third.
Archibald and Robert killed themselves yesterday.
Supposed to care about those names?
They were the ones that were working with the Valkyrie.
Yeah, the kids.
Oh, those guys.
The ones who are in
I don't-
prison.
I don't know if they really did it themselves. I was talking to Professor oh my god, I literally just said her name. Professor Ellum? Ellum. She said that they don't know much and the
Yeah.
investigation's still going on, but
Yet again, Juniper? Is that name supposed to be important to me?
just my professor. She's
Okay.
she's just recently come back from a leave of absence doing field research.
See.
She came back
Wait, she
because
just came back?
yes,
We should look
came
into that.
back because Professor Gondola informed her about the.
We should look into a person just now returning. 2 people kill themselves and a Valkyrie's just been killed.
That's what I'm saying. It's a little too
Convenient.
coincidental.
Are you suggesting that this person who just showed up the day after we murdered a Valkyrie could in fact maybe be
The Valkyrie?
a bird?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You are correct. And that is what I'm assuming.
I just had to make sure.
Yep. Don't worry. But
Well-
yes, that is what I mean.
If they still had the other amulet, we could
Amulet.
check.
Check very quickly. Yes, I know. But
But that would put us in so much danger.
no, it wouldn't.
Well, yeah, they
It's 500 feet. It's
also
an entire
think
school
about
ground.
we kicked their ass when they were wearing armor.
Yeah, that's true.
And
just-
they had an
I
army
don't know.
of
It's
zombie ghosts with them. We
so
have
well-
an
scary to
army.
do that inside the school.
We don't have to jump to conclusions yet. She might not even be connected.
All
At
I'm
least
saying
in a
is,
meaningful
Juniper,
way.
if you want me to kill your teacher, perfectly okay. I'm ready right now. Let's go. Murder.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Just hear a
think we
small scream from under the table as the screaming sword appears.
Please no.
Not the screaming sword.
Alrighty.
I know you're ready, Havoc, and I appreciate
Any
your
moment.
willingness to murder indiscriminately. But I think we need to handle this a little bit smarter.
Let's bring it up to
Uh,
Professor Gondola, bring it up to people that would know about this, because I
I mean,
that's weird that she comes back and immediately
your-
2 kids kill themselves.
well,
And
I will say, do you know if Professor Gondola wanted to talk to this professor beforehand?
What do you mean?
Like, when we brought up that hey, there's a whole little secret museum, Professor Ganja was like, hey, I should go tell this person about it.
Oh, I mean, she is Professor Ellum's protege, so I'm assuming anything significant like that she would have shared with her tour.
Okay.
I think anything that Professor Gondola knows, Professor Ellum knows. in regards to everything we found out, at least.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming. I'm not sure what their relationship is like, but if I were to become a professor at university like Professor Gondola, and my mentor was out in the field, I'd want to keep
Let
in
him know about
correspondence
how
with her.
cool stuff you've done.
Exactly.
Was there anything, like, big about the way this person looked?
Yeah, how
Notable
tall?
things going on.
She's like, what? Did we
How
get
tall
a
is she?
glimpse
Is
of the
she
Valkyrie's
Valkyrie
like
height?
hair?
Everything was covered with the Valkyrie.
Okay.
Yep.
As far as height goes, she's a little taller. She's on the taller side for a woman. She's about like 6'1".
Mm.
It's a taller side for a man.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
I was most
All
Honestly,
suspicion.
the question Seth
And
was
she could have been
asking
wearing heels too.
was the hey, maybe the shit ton of scars she has on her face.
Oh yeah, from getting fucked up. Is she like covered like she is in the picture? Like gloves, everything like up to the neck?
And Jacob's having a
Frozen or
Yeah,
stiller
Jacob's having a
kind of
moment.
moment.
I'll say as
That
far as the height department goes, the Valkyrie was either flying or prone most of the time, so it was a little hard to gauge.
How tall was the body?
The
Was it-
body, the body that they had was maybe like 5'8".
Okay. That's still tall.
Yeah. Still very tall.
Uh,
Is she wearing heels right now?
When you saw her, yes, she
Or-
did have heels. So probably take like maybe an inch or two off.
Hmm. Alright.
Hmm.
Well, I mean,
hmm.
I asked her about the Valkyrie book, actually. Did she... I should have asked if she made, like, a discernible reaction. I didn't even think about it.
Didn't even think she might have murdered 2 students.
Yeah, I was mostly in shock that they were dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like,
But,
on on Juniper's, like, walk to find everybody, she's like, wait a second. This is very coincidental. And then she arrives at the same conclusion that Izukan immediately arrived at, like,
Though,
while she was looking.
by the way we put it down, 100% the Valkyrie killed those 2 kids.
There's no way.
I mean, I would assume that if she did, it would probably be like a covering up maneuver. Trying to,
Make sure that we can't get any more information from anybody.
yeah. And then it's either taking off to try something else or go into hiding.
Or both.
Or both.
Scheming.
They are supposed to be big-brained.
Yeah.
They are supposed to be the biggest birds.
The biggest birds.
Biggest birds.
There's Jacob's face getting burst.
Um,
But... Huh. That sucks. Then again, their lives are basically over.
Real.
Well... Huh. That
who do you
should...
think we should ask about?
we should figure out how long this... what did you say the new professor's name was?
Elam.
Ellum.
Hallam.
Hallam?
Hallam, sorry.
Bellum.
Maybe.
Okay. So this Professor Magellan, we should figure out how long they've been at the school. We should set up a timeline of that professor's life, and then find inconsistencies. And if there are, then they might or might not be the biggest bird. If not,
I can also check with I should be able to check rather discreetly with this and just detect magic, and if it's
well, she could also not have the amulet on her because she knows how it works.
well, I can't take it off. So assuming it works the same indiscriminately, she wouldn't be able to take it off either.
Unless she's stronger than you.
Or stronger than the amulet, just in general.
Yeah.
We don't know.
What if it's just somebody
could
else at
also
the school
be-
and not her?
I mean, yeah.
And it's just pinging off of somebody else.
Maybe, but we haven't checked yet. And really and truthfully, right now, she seems to be the most... Like, the timing of everything is too weird.
Out of game. The most, she has an evil voice.
Really.
That also. Jacob switched into his evil voice, and I was like, I'm
She's evil,
uncomfortable
she's evil,
now.
she's evil, she's evil, she's evil, she's evil.
I am
At
uncomfortable
first, I
now.
thought she was French. Right? When you, like, the
Oh,
first line.
that's
you
even
said, I
worse.
was like,
Yeah.
oh, she's across the pond.
He also
maybe.
described
Okay,
the
she's
room as
French.
creepy.
And then it was just like, oh, you switched into evil voice now. Okay.
No, so I was going for, if anyone's seen Arcane, the
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's kind of the vibe of voice I was going for.
Yeah.
Just old.
Yeah, I know.
You
I mean,
all
maybe a
described
little-
the room as dark and creepy and.
She hasn't been around for a while.
Ooh.
Just pinning this on her, and she's like she's just like a victim of like some like horrific accent. That's why she's all scarred up.
Well, because also thinking about it, right? Professor Conjula did literally said to us, I'm going to contact Professor Hallam about this immediately when we told Conjula. So, like, it is not
I mean,
implausible that she just got back from
yeah,
doing
she's
her stuff.
a lead
yeah.
researcher.
Izukan is
I
not
know.
saying 100% I'm murdering this bitch, she's the Valkyrie.
I mean, Havoc,
Izukan is just
She's just a
saying
prime suspect.
there is a lot of things that are happening at the same time that make this return weird.
suspicious.
Especially because Jacob switched to the evil voice.
Yeah.
That's what's getting me.
You see, Havoc, he'll
Try
murder a
to
teacher,
cover it
you
up
know?
all you want.
Juniper needs it done.
Havoc also isn't a student.
Is it so hard to believe that maybe some people are just unfortunately born with evil voice?
Yes,
Like-
it is.
Yes.
It
But
is
we're in
easy
a
to believe
story right now, Jacob.
Uh-huh.
She was specifically called here because of the stuff that happened, not
We
that
did
she,
earlier.
not that it was the other way around. So it's not like she's like showing up out of nowhere.
That is true.
Like-
She
Correct.
has a reason to be here.
Yeah,
Correct.
she has
Which
a
is
very
why
valid
Izukan is
alibi.
saying we should look into it, not
Yeah,
we're killing her now.
Also,
We're breaking into her office and eviscerating her along the
Jacob,
walls.
It's
Because
my
obviously,
headcanon with the screaming sword that whenever Havoc summons it, it also screams. So there is just like a horrifying scream sound as fire just erupts and the sword
I
comes
like it.
out.
I like it.
Yeah,
but also I hate it.
Yeah.
it's amazing.
What does Baradoth think of all of this? Does he know Professor Hallam?
Not really.
I don't think
Um,
you would.
Well,
Professor,
I mean, she was here like however long ago. I don't know how old he is.
yeah, I mean, Baradoth is, I mean, like
Ancient old
mid to
man.
late 50s.
He's an old man. That's why he broke his ankles so easily.
Yeah.
old head.
Just
As
Not so
you kinda-
easily, but he got his ass beat. that entire
Yeah.
time.
What
He's
do you
doing
mean?
his
Nah,
best.
he was good. He was fine. What do you mean?
The only thing that took him out was the fall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fine.
But yeah, as you kind of go over all this with him, well, I'm with Izukan on this. The coincidences are uncanny.
Not immediately pointing fingers, but it's definitely
Strange.
they
We
come
need-
back immediately after we deal with the Valkyrie. The entire town thinks we've dealt with it. And in that same time frame, the two people that are the prime suspects to everything kill themselves. And she's one of the only people that know.
I mean, you could also.
Just for sake of narrative, Juniper, when
Yes.
you left from class, would you have gone straight to Frozen Ire and told Baradoff?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
gone
think so. I
straight to
think
Frozen Ire and told everybody, and Baradoth would have probably
Yeah.
been in the room.
Okay, and this meeting would have been later. So I think in that time, Baradoff would have done some research on the kids. So I'll kind of say now, after Juniper informed me of the situation earlier today, I pulled some strings, asked some friends with the Frostblades what was going on, and looks like they hung themselves in their cells. But intriguingly, something I thought you would find interesting as a detail. Your friend, Archibald, had that
Sure.
amulet on him.
friend.
The other amulet?
Yeah.
The one that Wave has on? Like the cover? He had it on when he was found.
That's what I'm hearing, yeah.
That just doesn't make any sense.
Where did
Yeah.
the amulet go after they found it on his body? Is it?
Yes. Who has it now?
I think it's been taken in as evidence. Considering
Very convenient.
these kids are being normally possessions would be redistributed to family, but given the circumstances of who they were affiliated with, I can bet that the amulet will be kept as evidence for future reference, maybe given to the school for study.
We definitely need to get
Now, this
near
is
that to
long
make
shot.
sure it's the same one.
Mm-hmm. This is a very long shot. Can I make a history check to remember if Archibald was right or left-handed?
Yeah. Make a history check. I'll give you advantage because being a feud with him, you probably had your eye on him a lot.
Pay attention. Oh.
What's up?
Some my screen. Hold on, my screen just went black.
Oh.
What? What is happening?
No more computer for you.
Okay, I just got a. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
I just got a notification that says Microsoft Windows operating system is not working.
Oh.
So.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Well, we can
Hold
still hear you, and your webcam's working.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
So-
still working.
can somebody make a history check for me?
What do you add to it?
Oh god, I can't remember.
I have your sheet open. Your
Right.
history. You have a plus.
Plus
I'll
one.
roll for you. I'll roll for you.
You can just hit advantage and roll.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Huge.
Um,
Huge.
so with
So-
that knowledge,
Yes.
which
you.
side was the noose on. Does he know? Like,
Oh, that is good. Let's roll some dice actually. Let's bring this up to chance. So the average person, right?
Well, there's also the possibility that it's directly in the back, and the person was just bad at it.
Okay, 90% of apparently 85 to 90% of people are right-handed. So we're gonna roll for Archibald to see what hand he is.
okay, everything's normal again.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. That's so scary.
So Archibald is going to be right-handed. The news also looks like it was on the right side.
Okay. Just to
Wait, it was on
just to
the
clear
right
that.
side? Or was it on the left side?
Whatever side would indicate they were right-handed.
Okay, because then that'd be the opposite side of your predominant hand,
Yeah.
because it'd be harder to tie something
Mm-hmm.
versus is like the hand that's your non-dominant's basically doing nothing on that side.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like I hold it tight while I actually tie.
Mm-hmm.
That was smart though.
Darn it. Still, wait. This is an even longer shot. Did I know if Archibald was good at tying knots?
I will say you wouldn't have any reason to know one way or another.
Fair enough. I just wanted to see. I can't
Actually,
believe I heard that one.
Meridoth, what did they use?
It seems like they both used things in their cells, their own clothes, bed sheets, pillowcases, strung together.
Havoc's made rope out of stuff before. Havoc's had to, truck it through the wilderness. I think Havoc kind of doubts the idea that these two prissy schoolboys could manage to,
Unless they
make
were using
rope.
bed sheets or something.
Yeah.
That's
That is
very
easy
very
to
valid.
do.
Wait. Did the knots look exactly the same? Or were they different?
That might require further investigation.
We might need to actually be there.
Keep that in mind. Maybe if we can see the evidence, we can see if the amulet is real and also look at the rope, maybe.
Fair.
I've got some friends that can pull some strings. Say that you're with me. We had been handling the Valkyrie case, and you had been working with the school as well.
I mean,
Should get you permission.
did you publicly announce that we did murder it yet?
I publicly announced that it was a small task force of some members of the Frozen Ire with affiliates of Stonepaint University investigating the break into the museum several
Okay.
weeks ago.
Havoc just kind of nods with the knowledge of there's not that many kids from the university that hang out here.
Most people.
Yeah, to put it simply, what people know publicly is pretty much everything you've told me, excluding the fate of the Valkyrie.
Juniper, did Professor Bellum, how did they react when you said that you killed the Valkyrie?
Should I make a history check to
Yeah.
see if I...
Can
I don't
you
think
see your
I
screen again?
should. Yes, I can. That's a 10.
very matter of fact, like okay, this is information. I now have it. Like, not really any emotion tied behind it.
Just
I can't
blank
wait
slate.
for us to find out she really did just come back at a weird time and really didn't do
And just
anything.
has an old
Just-
voice. And just
Just has a straggly
Just
voice
has an
because
evil
they're
voice.
always in like ruins and stuff like that, so they're like vocal
Yeah,
cords are
dust.
fucked.
yeah,
right.
the reason why she's covered in scars and stuff is just she's been in collapses and ruins and just like the tragic accidents that have left her disfigured.
Booby
She really
traps.
is just a completely okay person, nothing wrong at all.
Actually, really.
And this
mentally
entire time we're
conscious
sitting
about
here
it.
like, she's gotta be, man.
I mean, especially with the fact that she covers it with makeup, she's actually just really conscious about it. Self-conscious about
Yeah,
it.
she's
It's just like,
just bullying her now.
yeah.
Hey, and this is the
Been categorized as evil because of my voice and the way
and
that
this is the joys of having players who don't trust you.
Mhm.
'Cause they'll never know.
Mhm.
I can literally always second
Maybe
guess
they are evil. Ooh. You'll
Listen.
never know.
Listen, they're
Jacob is so good at just drinking
with us.
whenever
Mhm.
drinking whenever
Yeah.
people are trying to
Presses the
ascertain
button to
what his
freeze the
face
screen
means.
so that way hides the
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah, the whole internet cutting out, that's a ploy by me.
That's
Yeah,
not
hide
real.
your reactions.
No.
That would actually be genius.
The most, yeah.
It would be.
For me, I would not be able to hide my face. I'd be like,
Just like, oh, they figured it out. Huh.
oh no.
Yeah, but then you can use
Um,
that to your advantage because then you start always doing it, and then it's never a tell. But also, it could be.
Mhm,
Exactly.
mhm.
What if I'm intentionally doing this so that you guys go off on a rant, like go
Oh my God.
theorizing?
Mhm,
The mind fuckery.
mhm.
It just keeps going deeper.
No. Here's an easy solution.
I will say, Professor Vellum is either the Valkyrie and I made it really easy, or I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Or
So what-
both.
And they're equally as possible.
Yeah.
But also, Jacob, think about it like this, right? She is evil if we say she is. There's 4 of us.
That's not
And
how
one
that
of
works.
you.
Only one of you.
It's just like how Slice of Oasis was not a strip club, even
Yeah,
if you
I
said
know.
it was.
That's so sad.
I thought that was so.
That's
Because
still
I have my
bad.
We're
notes.
being
and
railroaded.
well, I was thinking of like I
that funny.
could change it, but like at the same time, I feel like it's
No,
funnier
don't.
this way.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
infinitely.
it's absolutely funny.
That yeah, no, it was funnier that way because then they're like, yeah, we'll go to Slights of Oasis. I heard it's this really fucking cool place. Yuzuka goes,
No.
isn't that just a study club?
I was
It's
hoping
just a place
Izukon
for
wouldn't say anything,
nerds.
let everyone go there and get disappointed.
But also nobody was disappointed because then we found out there's really good cookies there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's better cookies.
Oh, we have to kill the other guy.
No, we don't.
We have to take him out.
No.
He emotionally.
I mean, at least if we
manipulated
don't kill him,
I
we
mean,
have
we can-
to.
We can
Take
take
him
him
out
out
of
of business. We have to take him out of business. I agree with that.
her, I'll do that.
I'm
by
okay
eating
with
all
taking him out of
his raw
business.
cookies,
I am not
though.
okay with murdering a man just
Where's the
because he
health
stole
department?
somebody's cookie recipe.
Mhm.
I'm gonna plant some roaches.
Don't worry, that man.
Call
will
in the
never have
FDA,
AIDS
put in a
again.
whole bunch of dead rats behind shit. Call in the fucking restaurant inspection agency.
You know, I like how
That's
you could just have Havoc just kind of hang out near any of the flammable objects in the building.
Yeah, you could just burn it down.
And it
But then
eventually
you
catch
might
on
get
fire.
insurance.
Commit arson, yeah.
You might get insurance.
Commit.
Yeah, because that's so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want him to have anything.
Well, then there's the accidental problem that he's inside while it happens.
It's fine. Falling beams.
Not the fact that he'd be like just a felon.
Mm-hmm.
What's to say
For
Havoc
everyone.
already isn't?
Real.
I mean-
You know, he's not enough of a
You don't know
felon
him.
where like people are hunting him down. But I think if you burn down a building, I think
Who
the
would know?
cops are gonna be on you.
It's literally a bakery. Those things go up in flames all the time.
In this frozen wasteland
Yeah.
that we live in.
As you guys kind of further discuss, is there anything else you guys would like to touch on?
I don't think, because really the big things is figuring out more about Vellum and about the two deaths, and both of those can't be done here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baradoth will kind of say, I'll pull some strings tomorrow, see what more I can do for you, as far as getting you access to that investigation, and we'll see what you guys can pick up on.
Having
Yeah,
100% thinking, ooh, I should steal that amulet. If it is.
Oh, and I forgot, there was a question earlier about how, if Baradoth knows Professor Vellum.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't, he just knows she's been here for a very long time.
Okay. Havoc,
Knows of her, doesn't know her.
Havoc 100% wants to take that amulet so bad. If it really is the real one.
Yeah.
Just think
So-
about it.
It's gonna be so obvious.
Another long rest. Another day of school.
Go on.
Wave. Are you up to any interesting research?
I think in Wave's spare time he is looking into like the visions he had in the when we went down into like Protolangelo's like crypt. I think he's looking into like those. It was like had something to do with like the void, because he was. I remember he was told to watch the void.
Yeah.
So he's looking into like that stuff in his spare time.
Looking into the void, make a investigation check.
Okie dokie. Where's my investigation? 16.
The void is like this idea that it is the concept of like entropy, that at some point like everything will stop. It is like what is required for like the universe to be complete. Like, since there was once nothing, it must return to that way. And that the universe is in a state of motion where it seeks to become nothing. And the void is this idea of that manifesting. Like the aspect of nothingness, all-consuming. There are different ideas about like cosmology. There are different realms of existence, including Alfheim, Asgard, Heaven, Hell, Jotunheim, these places. And pretty much all of those were formed from the elemental expanse, from what is known as the Endless Abyss, the elemental chaos. And while on paper, this realm is infinite, some believe that the void lies outside of it, and that it is encroaching inwards. And that it is through the elemental expanse, which is also, think of it as like the realm of energy, where a lot of other worlds were crafted from clay. There's this idea that it is with where there is the most energy that That will be the first to decay, as it has the most potential for no energy. And considering this is where demons come from, is from this expanse. Some believe that the demons seek to create nothingness. You've met the Queen of Demons, Lilith.
Sorry.
Did it
Mommy.
seem
Now-
like
All of this is like very speculative. Like there's pretty much
Yeah.
zero to no evidence for any of this.
right? Was I able to garner any like? Probably not, but I'll ask anyway. Was I able to garner any kind of like insight into like what Lilith's goal was?
I mean, at the time, it was pretty obvious for Izukan to give in.
Right,
to
but like
who
as
he
far
is.
like stuff beyond like the surface level that like he got from just being a bystander. Like, did it seem like there was any connection between her and this concept of the void, or when she showed up was it just like
Very unclear. Lilith's goals at this point are beyond your understanding. She seems to have vested interest in Izukan and Izukan's success to grow more powerful, for some reason or another. But what that would bring for her is unclear.
noted?
Yep.
Noted. I think upon learning that, I think Wave would seek out Izukan to kind of ask him about like his demon queen mom and if like anything about
You approach Izukan,
I will
and
say-
Izukan just kind of shrugs.
The one I will say that the person who wrote this seems to be quite old. There doesn't seem to be much on this idea of the void and absolute nothingness. But the name of the person who's kind of behind the writing simply goes by the name Jericho.
You approach Izukan about this and ask Izukan if he knows anything, and Izukan just shrugs at you. Because Izukan doesn't know anything. Izukan is the same point you are. Izukan has never met his mom before. Well, in combat has, right?
Yeah.
But not ever had a legitimate conversation with his mom before. Before then, he thought he was a random, just weird dragonborn. He legitimately didn't think there was anything special about him just because he had 6 eyes and was built like a fucking demon, right? He didn't think about that because he was just a dragonborn in his mind. So you approach him about that, and he has other than there have been 2 godlike entities that have approached Izukan. One of them has said ascend, and the other one has said try it. I dare you.
fuck around, find out.
Yeah. One of them said fuck around, find out, while the other one said you don't need to find out, just fuck around.
I think when like Wave like gets the answer so quickly, he just kind of like sits there like twiddles his thumbs, pedals his feet, and like in that very awkward
I mean,
I don't know how to make small talk is like
like I said, that was the first time that I've ever interacted with her legitimately. I don't know a lot about my origins. All I really know about my origins is my tribe found me somewhere and kind of just took me in because I didn't have anywhere else to go and I was a baby, right? And I was a dragonborn just like they were, or they thought I was a dragonborn just like they were, so it didn't really cross their mind to think about it. I've had bouts of intense rage, so much so that I don't remember what happened. Right? But like there's never been anything that like I've known my origins or anything, because I don't know my origins at all.
You I don't know, this might be a stupid question, but you wouldn't be able to like write to your mom, or
Maybe let Jacob, can I make a religion check to see if like I can somehow contact my mom and ask questions or anything? Like, is there any like innate connect? Like, actually, Izukan, you bring that up. Izukan will bring up. I mean, I have had dreams about. I think he's my brother, or one of my brothers, and like waking up in a goop of blood that isn't mine.
I don't know how to process that, so I'll just
But yeah,
I'm glad you're okay physically.
physically great. Mentally, I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, imagine finding out your mom's the queen of all demons. Like, the queen of all demons.
Couldn't imagine.
It'd be like finding out your mom's like some ancient hero from Time Lost.
Yo, who the fuck would have that? Also, imagine not knowing that who your mom is.
Real.
I would.
Yeah. I guess if you could ever contact your mom,
Ask
She-
questions.
seemed like a nice lady. I have a few questions
Seemed?
for her.
She seemed nice, but also she was like, I don't know. It was weird.
I mean, you're a nice person, so I figured like
Yeah,
there
maybe.
must be part
I-
of her that's a nice person too.
I mean, if you consider motherly love to be nice, then yes. Because for as much as she beat my ass the first time I saw her, she was nicer the second time.
It looks like there's a lot to unpack there, and yeah,
I
I
don't
got
know.
a lot of homework to do. So
You should go do that, Wave.
Wave like does that thing where like you
Kind of
almost go forward for a
awkwardly
hug, but
scoots
just like
away, like
taps his arm
tap
and
tap.
walks
tap.
away.
You know, the disparity.
Izukan will go back to doing whatever he was doing, which is, I don't know, probably
Is that
sitting
like
with
a-
Frozen Iron drinking coffee or some shit.
The disparity between the students and the not students in mentalities is just so wild.
Oh my
So-
gosh, they were murdered. Oh, good for them.
How did they do it?
I think the last thing Wave does like is like the school nurse like clerical or druidical in any sense. Like, do we have like a school cleric or druid of the sorts?
School cleric, no. School old crazy wizard, yes.
Well, you know, the next best thing to a druid is, or a cleric is an old crazy wizard. So, Wave. I think the reason it's like the second day that Wave goes there is because he needed the first full day to like charge the battery to go approach. Let me find this.
Izukan. Or
Erlen Millet.
the medic.
Milt. But he's gonna go to Erlen.
You knock on his door once again, and it is once again you just hear chaos erupting from the other side of the door.
Classic.
Hold on,
Yeah.
you. Just calm down, calm down. All right, let's get you. Let's get you back where you belong.
I could come back another time if now is
No,
bad.
no! Oh, come in, Wave! Come on in! You open the door, and you can see Professor Milt is currently being swarmed by, it looks like 4 or 5 imps that are flying around the room, just chucking stuff off the walls, throwing books at him. Okay.
Close the door, Wave.
You go back, and you can see just like a puff of like red smoke,
Wave
and you
Wave
go
hand.
back.
Gets away with it.
Shelf.
So I don't really know who else I can come to about this, but I don't know. You're a wizened wizard. Have you ever
Wise? No, wizard. Yes. How can I help?
have you ever I don't know, put on some jewelry that you can't take off?
Yes, my wedding ring.
God damn it, I hate this dude so much. Oh my god.
This thing
Yeah.
had a man who referred to his wife as a ball and chain.
He really is.
You know,
He starts laughing about the same way I did. I couldn't help myself.
I guess that's kind of apt because this little amulet I've got is also in a way locked to another similar amulet, not too unlike 2 wedding rings, but I don't like this one.
He kind of takes a moment to identify it. It has a nice little magic aura on it. And you thought to attune to it still? Before dispelling it?
Well,
Before being able to identify it further?
I guess a certain group of people might have been in. I might be
Wait,
getting
hold on.
influenced
Don't
a little
implicate
bit.
us in this shit. Hold on a
Do
goddamn minute.
not blame
This is entirely your fault.
I have the
You're not
intelligence of
stalling
two
a
souls.
rave to this
Absolutely
random
was.
crazy ass
Wave
wizard.
absolutely would though. Wave would be like, these guys, they really wanted me to put it on
They
there.
really, I mean, they can't say otherwise because they're not here right now.
And Wave could have asked anyone else to attune to it.
Or asked if he should to
Wait,
anybody.
Wave could have said, "Oh yeah, this looks good. Someone attune to it."
Yep. You.
You see, when Wave says that, he doesn't mean it in a bad way. It's just his way of wording it. It's his way of saying, "Oh, I've just been making new friends," but in like the most obtuse way possible.
Yeah, I've been making some new friends. They peer pressured me into attuning to a cursed artifact.
Well, I guess I just thought that I was in a crunch for time. One thing led to another, and it was maybe a bit of a dangerous situation I was finding myself in. Didn't really know
Wave?
what was going to happen afterwards.
Look me in the eyes. Okay.
Wave's looking at his chin, not looking at his eyes.
I've made the mistake before. I can't blame you too much. Let's see what we can do. You said you're stuck attuned to it. Is it cursed?
Probably came from a Valkyrie.
Oh, the dead one. I've heard. I assumed you might have been involved. You know, of how much you've been involved.
Mm,
The numbers, Mason, what do they mean?
I think I'm supposed to say no.
It's fine. Your secret's safe with me. My mouth is a steel trap. I never reveal its secret. Except the one time there was a student 2 years younger than you.
Oh
So,
my
like-
God.
Earlier this semester.
Oh no.
Pooped his pants in class?
Let's just say it that Well, some stuff happened, and I thought it was funny. I told some of the other professors and a student and a few other students, and
To think the stuff that happened, he just dropped American cheese into a book and closed it by accident.
Ugh.
Don't know how.
anyway,
Uh,
won't make the same
yeah.
mistake twice. At least not in the same semester.
Yeah.
But feel free to tell me whatever.
What it really amounted to is like I fell off a building and got hurt, and that's everything else probably isn't that important.
So you fell off of a building, got hurt, and killed the Valkyrie all in one day. My, that sounds like real wizard material. And he kind of like gives you a pat on the back. You're doing it, Wave. You're out there. You're getting yourself hurt. Did you cast any spells?
Well, the spell you helped me attune, or helped me learn Earthbind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that actually worked very well in grounding. At this point, I think Wave is like engrossed in the magic side that he just starts spilling every single detail about the encounter, every single spell he used, like in the order he used. Like, oh yeah, I learned Pulse Wave and I use it to like knock down these guys. I used Earthbind to take earthy tendrils to bound the Valkyrie to the ground. And I think by the time he like finished telling the tale, he's like, I don't know if I should have said all that.
Well, what I will say, my boy, is this. That, what you've captured, the magic of passion. That's something you can teach in a classroom. That is being involved. That is real-world application at your fingertips. That is every wizard's dream. Well, some wizards dream for immortality, but you're starting at, like, the foundational parts of, like, doing things.
The foundational part of being a person.
Getting out there and doing things in
Existing.
the world.
It was pretty fun.
Oh, good. Fun! Wait, have you had fun before?
Yeah?
Question mark?
Well, I mean, overall, proud of you. How have studies into that spear come along?
We don't like talking terms at the moment.
Yeah. I get that. Believe me, I get it.
Well, I guess. Well,
That spear's a bit of a... yeah, a bit rough to deal with.
So hypothetically speaking, say you knew someone who had like another voice in their head, and maybe like there's like this weird talking magic item, and it brought the voice that was normally in the back of their mind to the front of their mind, and maybe that voice isn't so agreeable and did bad things. What kind of advice should I tell that friend?
You should
gets
tell
grumped.
that friend. Voice telling you to do bad things. Maybe see like a cleric?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because I was checking the school directory and I didn't see we had any clerics on staff, and then I just ended up in your office.
Ah. Well, yes, so, yeah. I mean, clerics are,
I guess I know some at home. The Temple of who'chamacallit.
we don't get a lot of clerics here. Lots of scholars, but there's a few clerics locally in town, but the school doesn't really dabble with, divinity or otherworldly patrons. They're typically looked down upon, but... What I'll say, as I would tell your friend to be mindful. Unless it's like a demon or a ghost or a specter or a fae. Sometimes there are things inside of us trying to guide us along the right path. They might not be right, but they might be trying. That potentially, giving it the chance as a chance of reason, could maybe bring reason to the thing inside their head. Have a level conversation. Figure out what it wants. Or think for yourself. Why is it in your head? And what could it want? Maybe you can understand it. Understanding something is the key to everything. Once you can paint the picture of the motivation behind something, all may become clear.
Yeah. I think I'll tell him that.
Well, I'm glad I could be of help. Anything else you need?
Help, I feel like there was something I was forgetting, but yeah, I think that's it.
All right, well, I hope you have a good rest of your day, Wave. If you
Mhm.
remember anything else, just feel free to come back.
All right. See you later, Professor. And Wave heads out. Maybe makes it 5 minutes before he realizes he forgot to ask if Erlen could remove the attuned item, but is absolutely not going back there for at least another couple days.
I love it. All right. You guys get through the rest of your day, and Juniper, after one of your classes, you are called into oh my gosh, Professor Gondola's office. She calls you in and sits you down after one of your classes. Juniper, I just wanted to come and sit you down and check in after everything.
Going?
I know you've been through a lot with Valkyrie. I'm hoping with Professor Vellum here, she may be of help in further research you may have, and maybe I can organize. I think we had potentially talked about you leaving campus, looking more into what Frodo Langelo was doing more research into that. And I, with the Valkyrie gone, not keeping you here, I was hoping to maybe start drafting your paperwork for you, and I'd have to get Wave's permission and work with some of his other professors, but I think you're doing good work. You and your friends should keep on it.
Thank you, Professor. It's been a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. I've got a question for you about Professor Vellum, actually.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago did you write to her and request that she return?
I mean, pretty much the day you told everything to me. So, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, it's been a bit of a blur.
Do you know where she was coming from? Like, what was her last dig? I'm just curious.
Well, she said she was in Borealis. From what I knew, she was up in Iris working with another university, but I guess she must have gone across the way.
Oh, all right. I'll have to ask her about that. It'd be really interesting.
The only details I have is the person leading the expedition. Let me see here. And she starts going through some documents and paperwork, like trying to go back into the archives. And it looks like the name of the person who was leading the expedition goes by the name Lumina.
Lumina. Does that name ring any bells for like papers that I might have researched? Like, was she the lead on any other digs that would be like interesting to me?
Yeah, make a history check.
Oh. Sorry. History. Well,
Respectable.
Well, you would remember not necessarily from any digs or expeditions, but from your own research into the Dark Ages. You do know that there was the famous elven cleric Lumina Tiltros who was involved with that final showdown. And that is the only connection you have with Lumina and Borealis.
Okay.
But last you knew, she's kind of like not really adventuring anymore. From what you've done research into, she seems to be heavily involved in the new empire and kind of like a voice of reason within government.
I wonder. This is Juniper thinking in her head. I wonder if she would write us back if we wrote her a letter.
Please no.
Concerning these things.
That's what you think, Seth.
No, that's not what I think. It's just
He was saying, please no.
no.
Oh, Lumina Tiltros. I remember that name. Alrighty. Professor Gondola, that is real exciting for me. To be able to go out and explore, and it really gives me more confidence that you believe in me that I can do it. It's been a rough couple of days. I'm sure you know about Archibald and Robert.
I do. Although I hadn't realized you had known about it.
Professor Vilm told me.
Ah.
When I went to speak with her.
I will say, I look up to the woman dearly. But I do sometimes question the level of discretion she uses for students. Yes.
She didn't tell me anything other than that they committed suicide.
Yeah. It's a bit of Look, I saw a lot of potential in Archibald. And I've told you my reasons for giving him the opportunity I gave.
Professor, I always thought of Archibald as friendly competition. No, I never wanted him dead.
Yeah.
Friendly.
Well,
I know it must be getting you out of this as professor, so sorry.
it's not easy. Having worked close with him for having class with him, it's just when I decided I wanted to teach, I didn't think that I'd have students who would be dying in ways like this.
I'll do my best to stay alive.
Good. And you can see she's a bit teary-eyed.
Good. Juniper's not really much of a hugger, but
Mm.
she extends a firm handshake
And she'll
and
return it.
pats, like grabs the hand and goes, "I'm so sorry. It'll be all right."
I hope so. You remind me,
Here's my business card.
Professor Vellum and I were going to head into the tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Probably we'll do a first look at it tonight, and maybe you and your friends can come along tomorrow.
Hmm.
See what more we can find before you head your way.
Are you and Professor Willem going by just the two of you?
We were going to go tonight, yes.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going.
I would suggest telling them about the cave demon.
Oh, right.
You know,
No, you had
Before-
shown. No. There's the back door. That you guys, the school.
Oh yeah, that opens up in the guy's
yeah,
house.
Person's house.
into directly, yeah, but
Mhm.
also,
I mean, there is also
Still
a
not
cave
a-
demon,
still
so
not
if you
a-
go out the front door.
yeah,
Wait,
still not a
there
bad
is a
idea to
cave
let them
demon.
know that there is something in the caves that does not like the presence of humans or
That and
mortals.
also,
We dug
Um,
too greedily, too deep.
I would maybe take more than just the two of you, just because there's a cave demon in the front entrance, and I don't know if there are measures to keep it there or if it's gotten into the crypt itself. I just wouldn't go just the two of you, you know.
Well, then maybe you and your friends can join us tonight then.
Yes.
Sure.
Then I'll see you later, Juniper. Thank you for meeting me here. And
Thanks
I
for talking.
appreciate your sympathy.
My condolences. She scurries out. Juniper is so scared that if they had gone alone, Vela would have just killed her. I don't know why. Just
They get into
It's
the
because
thing.
of the villain voice. It's because of the villain voice. I also just like how Conjula was like, you know, the way she does some things, and then you see both me and Mel go, ooh, 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 ooh. Wait.
You know, she sometimes slugs.
Villain.
Oh my gosh. All right. You
Sometimes
guys, I'll say Izukan and Havoc, while the other two at school, you're able. While the other two are at school, you're able to.
I thought we had a. 'Cause you were still moving, but like you just
Oh,
stopped
was I?
talking.
Well,
You
no,
were still-
On my screen, everything froze.
you had like one word get
that,
cut
that
out.
was cause for the pause.
Yeah, well, when I see my screen freeze, I just stop talking.
Mhm.
But for us, you were still moving, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
just Sitting there bobbing back and forth, just mouth closed. I'm like, is there
Your
anything else?
upload feed was perfectly
you
fine.
fully closed your mouth, and I was like, "Oh, he's just finished talking."
He's a kind of
Well, the other
you,
two were.
You have. You guys. Okay, whatever. Look, I'm getting gaslit by my own Wi-Fi right now. Okay, just chill.
Oh my god.
It's
You
like
guys are
when you
able to
rank
go.
the quest, right? And you're like talking to somebody, and like the text box doesn't appear, but they're still going through their idle animation.
I hate you guys.
It's a real
I hate you
Bethesda NPC moment.
Yeah.
Real
You guys-
Bethesda NPC moment.
You guys are awful to me. You guys go to Chillgrave Keep, where the Frostblades remain. And thanks to Baradoth, who's with the two of you, you're able to kind of get through and get access to like the to everything they've got.
Yep.
They bring you down to the morgue, pull out the evidence, and you can see the two boys. Definitely, like strangulation.
Broken neck strangulation type thing.
Mhm. But looking at them, there seems to be no other sign of anything.
No notes that they left or anything. Like it was just they straight up went.
No notes, no other bruises besides from their, and everything would have pretty much healed from the time they had their encounter with you guys.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it had been weeks since then, or at least a week or two.
Yeah. So there was definitely no struggle. They willingly and freely killed themselves.
When looking over the bodies, Havoc's
Mhm.
not good at magic.
Mhm.
Ooh. You know, his magic comes from he says that should probably happen and then it does, right? But knowing that the Valkyrie's entire thing was charming, Havoc just kind of wants to check out their bodies to see if there's any trace of like, oh, those pupils are dilated weird, or just, you know, like, if he can possibly see.
Physical effects of the charm.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check.
Alright.
I will help with that Arcana check.
We're praying for an 18.
Yeah, you can each make one.
Easy,
Would you
kind of
each
make
make
one
one?
separately.
Oh, no,
Make one separately.
I only have a +1. Are you sure?
Havoc is like a -3.
Oh right, yeah. This isn't it. Never mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Wow.
Oh,
I'll still make one.
Very lucky session.
That 20's out the wazoo.
Havoc,
Yo.
you are not necessarily certain.
Mhm.
But like you've been under charm effects, you've seen people under charm effects before. And typically there is like this glazed look that covers people's eyes. You kind of looking at this person. I mean, they are deceased. You have seen dead bodies before, but kind of combining the symptoms of what you know a charm person kind of looks like, and a dead body looks like.
Is that a dead body?
Mhm.
There's a high chance that they were charmed.
Well, I mean, they definitely did this to themselves.
Fair.
But,
Were they coerced into doing it?
oh, 1,000,000,000%.
Got it.
Havoc knows that, you know, there's a possibility that it's not. He still says 1,000,000,000%.
That would be. I'm thinking about it now and how terrifying and gruesome it would be to like, because charm person you can't harm yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But they did use command, so
Yeah.
like to get the noose and then command hang.
Mm-hmm.
Or command jump.
Or
Command jump.
suggestion to make them do it, and then command whatchamacallit.
Yeah,
When
like
you need
either
to enter
or.
the cell.
Either
Yeah,
or
I
is
think
kind
you
of like,
can't do anything obviously harmful to yourself with suggestion either. Right?
yeah.
So it'll break as soon as
But-
you take. But
But you
command.
saw the Valkyrie use command. Yeah,
yeah,
it was probably a mix. It was probably a mix of suggestion / charm and command.
Okay.
Damn.
oh
Poor
no,
Archie.
1,000,000,000%. Also because they have the thingy.
Yeah, and the amulet is there. And you look at it, looks identical to the one that Wave has.
I kind of look over the Frosthorn, and I'm just kind of like,
Don't you dare.
the biggest bird might have had an impact.
They do be the biggest bird.
Havoc says this in the most weirdest way
Trick
possible
face.
because he doesn't know, and with a straight face. If there's any like guards or anything like listening in on the room, and he doesn't want that information to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still using the code word.
Code word biggest bird. I fucking hate it.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Baradoth kind of looks to the two guards who are in the room and he kind of asks them, "So, can you tell us exactly what time they were found? Any details like that would help." And he seems to be distracting them. If you're trying to swipe it,
Mhm.
this would be your time. And Baradoth's helping you, so I'll have him make a performance. And you can make a sleight of hand.
Ooh, baby.
I to help him, I'm gonna just move in the way of where the guards are, so they can't
Okay.
really see.
Then
So
you
it
make
just
a
looks like we're going
make a performance
over.
check as well.
Okay.
They look natural.
13.
And Havoc, your sleight of hand.
That is gonna be a 16. Be good.
I mean, at advantage.
I don't know if it was or not, so I just
Yeah, they're pretty much giving you the help action.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another one.
16.
16.
16. You swipe the amulet. Do you replace it with anything, or just it's gone now?
I mean, did we
Dude,
prep
imagine that
anything
he
for
just
that?
puts a cookie there.
If Baradoth or Izukan had the foresight to prep anything to replace it,
Baradoth definitely would have.
Havoc would have.
Izukan doesn't have.
Yeah, if
Izukan doesn't have the
Baradoth,
money to replace it. Izukan's got
Havoc will-
2 gold to his name right now.
Havoc
Baradoth-
will try to replace it with something.
Baradoth's replacement.
Yeah, it's like some old wooden holy symbol that he kind of just like had hanging around that some guy that he beat up had or something. I don't know.
Stole this man's
Some
holy
random
symbol.
holy symbol from
Put it
somewhere.
in police evidence locker.
Mhm.
Real. We stand.
Um,
We stand Baradoth, man.
True.
mhm.
And Havoc, you kind of switched that out.
I think 100% Havoc will have the way he does it is he'll be like inspecting the amulet and then puts the holy symbol down in its place and just walks away with the actual amulet.
Yeah. And as the conversation kind of ends, Baradoth, not to the two guards. All right, thanks. If we have any other questions, we'll be back. They nod.
And
As
then
you
we
guys-
all leave
Yeah, you guys leave.
at a brisk but not suspicious pace.
A brisk but normal pace. Misty step, misty step.
Yeah. You guys reconvene one final time back in the Frozen Ire before you guys are set to join the two professors in the crypt later tonight. Havoc, you have the opportunity to present the symbol to Wave.
First, Havoc's gonna look to Izukan and say, "So we know what these things do, right? I mean, if it works." And he just kind of shrugs his shoulders, looking between the two of them.
Nah,
Okay.
nah.
Okay.
Listen, in that last fight, I didn't take a I didn't get hit at all. Nothing hit me.
I mean, it wasn't until the Valkyrie punched me in the face
Fair.
at the very
So-
end.
If I could take even half the amount of damage that Wave took that fight, that would have been great.
I mean, he doesn't even try to. He just stands there and gets stabbed.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So are you gonna attune to it?
First, let's identify it to make sure that it's actually the real thing.
Wave
Okay.
boos it.
Like,
True.
Wave, as you're attuning it, it's the same thing. It's still got a magic aura on it.
Mhm.
I
But
think
it-
this might be the same thing. It pings the same, looks the same, gives me the same kind of creeps.
yeah, okay.
Mhm.
I really.
You know,
Is there some way that you can actually identify it?
Yeah, don't we have a dispelling?
I mean, we have a dispelling stick.
Wait. Oh.
Try using the because you have the spear, right? Pointing at Izukan.
Yeah, you
Yes.
You could try dispelling it with that. I don't know such
Izukan.
magic yet.
Izuka goes out back, finds a stone, puts the amulet on the stone, and then just starts smacking the fucking stone until it finally pops the effect. And it pops the effect of dispel magic in a 10-foot.
Okay, so you're not hitting the amulet.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not
good.
hitting the amulet, I'm hitting the stone
Good.
next to it for it to pop the effect.
Because it is a magical item, but it is weaker than this spear, and there's a chance that you could just destroy it.
Destroy the item, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not hitting the item, but I'm close to it so that I can pop the effect and dispel the magic on it.
Yes, and which you can after like a moment or two.
Yep.
Bringing it back in, Wave re-identifying it, you find it is pretty much the same as the one that you have, except the one thing that's different about it is the fact that the one that you have actually seems to have been the one that the Valkyrie was wearing. That must have been like removed. So the one that you are wearing is the one that the damage is taken away. This other one is the receiving one.
So
So it doesn't work. It doesn't work both ways. Basically, so the way it is right now, if Izukan takes damage, it won't transfer to me. It's just only the damage I take. Okay. Wave will look at Izukan. Just so you know, this isn't a two-way street. If you attune to this,
That's the
you'll
point.
share the damage I'll take, but
Yeah, that's how
That's
Word
the
and Battle
point.
works. But also, yeah.
That's kind of the point. You get hit a lot.
I'm not so quick.
I mean,
I know. I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming
Wait,
you
it's
for getting
okay.
hit a lot.
Just, maybe
just
like
telling
try
you.
to not get stabbed.
Quick.
Wave, I saw one of the zombie
You
ghosts
crumbled.
walk up and slowly stab you.
There's not like I had much places to go. We're normally in tight corridors.
Wave. If someone's stabbing you, don't just try. Just try.
Don't just stand there.
Hey, I anyone in my shoes would have got hit.
Not me.
Looks to the others, to the other three here, who all three have unarmored defense.
Couldn't happen to me.
What?
Huh?
We're built different.
So effectively now, Wave, you have resistance to all damage.
Mhm.
As long as I'm within 500 feet of Izukan, which should be every combat.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
both of you can cast Dimension Door once per day
Mhm.
while within
Oh.
500 feet of each other.
Which also means we can all teleport 500 feet if one of you grabs Havoc and the other grabs Juniper.
If we ever need to get the fuck out of Dodge, it's like,
That's so true.
You would just
That's so
need to
funny.
make sure you're teleporting to the same place.
yeah.
Or
We
make
go,
it even better.
500 feet the opposite direction.
Yeah, I was about to say if we need
Well,
to split
you would
up.
have to trigger at the same time,
Hold
Or-
action. Yeah.
or
Well, I mean, if
yeah,
you go into the same place, right? Because it's 500 feet, and Dimension Door is also 500 feet.
yeah,
So you would just be like there and then, right?
yeah. That's fair, actually.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you don't move after the casting of it,
Yeah.
the other person should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they don't move from where they are.
Or get moved.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's a little different of Dimension Door. Basically, the way it's going to work is it's not the same as, like, 500 feet. So if you're, like, 400 feet away from them, you can't teleport another 500 feet and be 900 feet away. You can only teleport within that 500-foot
So
radius of the other one.
Mhm.
Think of it as like a Venn diagram, but two. They have to like overlap at a certain.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Ah. Also, I was thinking about it. Izukon, you know how
Yeah.
you've been holding on to that spear for like safety reasons?
Yeah.
As we leave and possibly get into more dangerous scenarios, I'm thinking somebody should actually use that spear to stab people.
Mhm.
Probably.
And then I look to Juniper. Do you know how to use a spear?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's a simple weapon.
Yeah, it's a simple weapon.
Simple
Oh,
weapon.
is it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I specifically made sure it was a simple weapon. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Then yes.
100%. I got a sword that screams, so I'm good.
Izukon, you don't want it? Please?
No.
Okay. Alrighty.
It'd be nice if somebody was actually using it.
Mhm.
I currently just kind of hold on to it and it looks pretty on my back. That's about it. And it talks to me, but I just ignore it.
I guess I'll have to start getting used to that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, no. Good luck getting to sleep the first few nights. That was hell.
All right, and as you guys attune to your new artifacts and prepare to head off towards the crypt, that is where we're going to call the end of today's session. I'm so glad that you guys are terrified and don't know who to trust.
Mhm.
This
Well,
is
no,
best case
scared,
scenario
yeah.
for me.
Mhm. We'll never trust that, Professor Vellum.
No.
Wave genuinely doesn't think that like she's a bad person. She knows nothing about her outside that like Gondola is like, hey mentor, weird shit's happened here,
Well, the
come
thing
back.
is, right?
So Wave is like, eh,
Seth logically doesn't think that she is an enemy, simply because A, she's working with my previous character. How could she be a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
And B,
As soon as he said Lumina, like,
okay, right. Lumina has like infinite wisdom. She's a good judge of character, right?
But is it the right Lumina?
Oh yeah, the wrong Lumina.
'Cause- Reminder,
Who's two of us?
there's two.
Just the two
There's.
of
It's a
us.
good thing there's not two Osins because the other Osin's fucking dead.
oh, right.
Right, but like, what was that?
And Juniper's locked up in a barn.
No, not Juniper. Not
Uh,
Juniper.
Juniper,
Whatever. Oh God.
Oh my god, I forgot her name.
Kira.
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 Yeah. Kira's locked up in a barn.
Uh,
In a void.
in a void. In a
The
void.
void.
A baby?
Uh,
Boy.
Let's go.
I mean, we're just devoid of your senses.
yeah.
Fair.
The
Yeah.
void.
But mentally, that's a
Void.
That is a void.
Devoid.
The void.
No, but because
I feel like every time
logically,
someone
I'm
says
like,
discovery. Discovery?
I don't think she could be the Valkyrie because she would have been traveling all of this time to get back.
Oh.
Right. And the Valkyrie was here even before we got on board of like doing
What
all
if
of it.
she
Like the
was
Valkyrie
never
had
actually
already.
gone, though?
Yeah.
But the only way
That's
to
why we should
prove that
contact- that's-
would
that's
be
what-
contacting.
That's why we should
Lumina.
contact Lumina.
Mhm.
You know?
That's
Be like,
why-
Contact the
hey.
head of state. It's just for when two college
Hey,
students.
by the way, one of your recent expeditions, was there a person named Professor,
Vellum.
yeah,
Mhm.
with you?
Um,
No, there wasn't?
Right. But like in all logic, it would be very hard for this lady to be the Valkyrie. But she has an evil voice though.
She has an evil voice in a
And she's
creepy
covered in
office.
scars. And you know how people do movie tropes? If you have a scar, you're the bad guy. She's obviously evil coded.
Obviously, guys.
Which
Come on,
just
pick
means
up on the signs.
she's really unfortunate.
Jacob, literally everything you say throws me in the exact opposite direction. And I'm gonna go crazy.
I know you guys. I've been DMing you guys for some of you my
knows
entire
too
DM
much.
career, and some of you for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Between all of you guys, I have 20 years of DMing experience.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
Like,
Mhm.
that's
Seth,
I know you
I'm
guys.
doing math.
Mm,
do your part.
mm,
What? Huh?
What?
My
Dream.
brain- Huh?
Stream.
Oh, I was keeping this
Oh.
up for a minute. The conversation was mildly interesting. Also, Jacob
It was-
hasn't said any of the actual goodbyes yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured we were talking about the session, and
Yeah.
you guys
Fair.
are afraid of shit. So,
Yeah.
Fair.
but yeah, we'll continue next time. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. Hope you're getting gaslit as well, and we'll see you next time.
Gaslighting, that's
Ciao.
crazy.
Yay.
We're gonna gaslight. Please don't stay.